Hey guys, how are you doing today? I hope that you are having a fantastic Wednesday. I can't believe we're already halfway through the week, but you know what? We've made it halfway. We've got it. We can get to the end of the week and have our weekend, or maybe you're in the middle of your weekend. I don't know. I have a weekend job where I can not work on the weekend except for Booktube and all of that fun stuff, and now I'm rambling, and that's probably not what you're here for to hear. So, I am going to bring you my top 5 cozies for Kindle Unlimited. I had a subscriber that asked me to give her the best cozy books that Kindle Unlimited had to offer. And so I have been scouring through all of their cozies, and I think that I found quite a few that you guys are going to like. If you don't know what Kindle Unlimited is, it is a monthly subscription. It's $9.99 a month. I'll leave a link down below. It's not an affiliate link. It's just so you don't have to go and Google things. And you can get hundreds of thousands of books at your fingertips, and there is a limit. You can get about 10 books at a time, but you can constantly switch them out, and it's just, I think it's fantastic. It's a fun little thing to have, especially if some of the authors that you have fallen in love with don't have their books in the library or in a regular bookstore and things like that, which are a lot of these cozy writers. So without further ado, let's get started. The very first book that I have is Murder by the Slice by Mary Maxwell. This book is about Kate Reeves. She's done with her life in Chicago. She is going to move back to the very, very small town called Crescent Creek in Colorado, and she's going to continue her family's legacy in the Sky High Pies cafe. She does baking and just puts out good home food, and she's excited to start anew. Some unfortunate accident happened in Chicago where her boss was killed. She was actually a secretary/PI for him, and she doesn't really believe that he wasn't murdered, that it was an accident. She believed that someone had something out for him, but she's like, you know what, I'm gonna start brand new. However, it seems that trouble from Chicago is going to follow her to Crescent Creek. And even if she is just tired and she's ready to start anew, an FBI agent comes to her cafe and starts asking questions about anything that her boss might have left her. Before she's able to even give any real evidence, because she hasn't even unpacked her apartment, the FBI agent, or maybe he wasn't, is found murdered, and the murder weapon is left outside of her apartment. And she sort of puts back on her PI pants and wants to figure out who done it, because she doesn't want to seem like the main suspect. I really, really enjoyed this book. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. I haven't read any more in the series, but there are more in the series, and I will link everything down below as always. I have also written a well thought out WordPress blog on all of my top 5 cozies for Kindle Unlimited, and I will link that down below as well. It will have links to Amazon's books and everything like that. The second book that I'm going to talk about is called Bewitched by Chocolate. That's the series. And the first book is Dark, Witch, and Creamy. Okay, guys, so one of my favorite things, if you're new to my channel, that I love most about cozy mysteries are the titles. The puns, they slay me. They are my heart, and that is what makes me most of the time pick up a cozy mystery. So I actually love H.Y. Hanna, the author of this series. She writes the Oxford Tea Room series as well, but that's not on Kindle Unlimited, so I'm not going to talk a lot about that. But this one is. This is the Bewitched by Chocolate series, and this is all about Caitlin. She has found out after her mother dies that she was adopted. She was actually found on the side of a road in England, and she has this necklace that has different runes. She goes to Professor. Professor says, I think that this is from the English village called Tilly Hinge, and she is in search of who she is, who her family is. Why was she let go at such an early age? She couldn't have been more than a few days old. Well, it seems like Tillyhinge has sort of a different kind of vibe, if you will. You can't get very good internet, nor can you get cell phone service, and there's this family that seems to have these abilities that Caitlin sort of isn't scared of. She feels like maybe that's something that she really jibes with. Of course, it wouldn't be a cozy mystery without a little bit of murder, and it seems that in a Stonehenge in Tillyhinge, a murder has occurred, and in fact, the man has been poisoned. And it seems that the old witch, or old hag, or the person that she's staying with seems to be the prime suspect because she is known as a witch. Is she a witch? I don't know. You'll have to see. I haven't finished it yet. I'm over 80% done with the book, but I am loving it. I know that it's gonna be a 4-star read for me. The third series that I'm going to talk about is the Scarlett Cove Seaside Cozy Mystery Series by Agatha Frost and Evelyn Amber. The very first book in the series is called Dead in the Water, and this follows Liz Jones. She has actually recently retired at the rank of inspector, detective from the Manchester police at the age of 42. She has decided that with such a big change in her life that had occurred, she needs to go out and do something that her heart really desires, that she really wants in her life. And what she has always wanted to do is paint. She went to school to be an artist, and she opens a craft shop in a very, very small seaside village called Scarlett Cove, and she decides, hey, this is going to be a new thing for me. I'm starting out brand new. No one knows me. Nobody knows what I've been through, and I'm going to start fresh. However, her instincts as a detective kick in when she notices a boat that is not being manned with a dog barking very, very loudly, and she goes out with someone in the town, and she goes around the boat, and she finds the captain dead. And she figures that she can't really kick the habit of finding out who did it. She can't stop herself from sleuthing, and she meets all of these amazing characters inside the small village. And I absolutely love Liz. She's a character that I feel like I could actually be really good friends with and drink tea or coffee and listen to music and watch the sea move in and out. So I really, really enjoyed this. I've read the first 2 books, and the 3rd book comes out later this month, I believe. So you guys should totally go and check it out. The 4th book that I have is actually, again, by Agatha Frost, except this is her own series. It's the Peridot Cafe series, and it's an amazing series. The first book is called Pancakes and Corpse, and this follows Julia South. She has sort of moved back to Peridale after living in the big city, London, and she wants to open up her cafe and her bakery, and it's amazing because you know me. Anything that's food related, I'm going to love wholeheartedly. Like, there's nothing that I'm not gonna love about it. And she is like the quintessential mom. Like, you want her to be your mom, and she's sweet and open and caring, and I love her and her whole family dynamic. Her grandmother is freaking hilarious, Dot. She's the feistiest grandma you will ever read. And I really, really, really love the characters. There's a new inspector in town, and his name's Detective Barker. And it seems that one of Julia's most awkward customers turns up killed, and she wants to figure out how that happened. And her and Detective Barker seem to be getting in each other's way quite a bit, and it's a lot of fun to read. So I highly suggest that series as well. The first book I gave a 3 out of 5, but there are 10 books in the series now, and I have read every single one. If you want to see my reviews on them, I have put them on my Goodreads, but they get better as she writes. They just become more and more amazing, and the characters develop and become more engaged with each other, and you feel like you're a part of the town. Okay, and last but certainly not least is the Port Danby Cozy Mystery Series by London Lovett. This series is all about Lacey Pinkerton, and she has left her job as a $1 million nose. She can smell all the fragrances, all of the notes, everything, and she wants to start her own flower shop. So she's excited to have new friends, a new life, and just put all of her potential in. However, her keen sense of smell seems to, I guess you could say, get her into some stinky trouble when she finds herself stumbling over a dead body. A neighbor, actually. She finds herself caught up in an unexpected murder investigation alongside the handsome local detective James Briggs. She is determined to find the killer of this neighbor, and she's not going to stop until somebody's kicking up roses. So that series, it's amazing. All of these series are amazing. I hope that you find some cozies from Kindle Unlimited that you are super excited to read. If you have any that you read on Kindle Unlimited, please leave me a comment down below. I really want to just find more and more and more. It's so easy when I can just take my Kindle Paperwhite and put it in my purse and know that I've got so many adventures to go on with all of our amateur sleuths. So that's the end of this chapter of Courtagonist. I hope that you guys found this video entertaining, and I hope you learned something. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, happy reading. Bye.
Sure.
Bye-bye.